Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 1 of our League Cup that happened at Die Hard Games on November 23rd, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. League Challenge, Thursday, December 19th at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games. Go see more info in this video's description and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game that we started recording a little bit late. The best I can estimate is our Lugia player went first over on the left-hand side. They started Squawkabilly. Looks like they benched a Roaring Moon Ursaluna and then used Squawk and Seize to discard the hand, draw 6 fresh new cards. They were able to establish double Lugia on the bench, just what they want to do, just in case one of them gets knocked out. One of them will survive the next turn to attack. Gift energy was attached to the League stamped Lugia V, and then play was passed over to our Raging Bolt player on the right hand side. Starting with Raging Bolt in the active, they were able to establish Radiant Greninja on the board, as well as another Raging Bolt, Bravery Charm on each of those Raging Bolt, bringing their HP up to 290. They were able to Professor Sada's Vitality. They got a couple energy on this Raging Bolt in the active spot, but it looks like they were very patient and passed things over since they weren't getting a KO on the active Squawkabilly EX with 260 HP. Raging Bolt, of course, has the Bellowing Thunder attack, 70 times the amount of basic energy you discard from your side of the field. So they were only able to get 2 energy into play, only able to do 140 damage, not enough to KO anything on the opponent's side. So it looks like they passed. They also didn't use the Burst Roar on Raging Bolt to discard the hand and draw 6 fresh new cards, because I don't think there's that many cards in the discard pile. So they are just wisely biding their time, it seems, over on the right hand side here. That was their first turn, and now play would resume over on the left, Lugia's side, and they're going to try and get that double Archeops in the discard pile. Lugia V-Star evolved this turn. Let's see what they could do, because of course Lugia V-Star has a Summoning Star V-Star power ability that allows you to bring back those Archeops from the discard pile onto the bench with the powerful Primal Turbo ability to accelerate special energy cards from the deck. But we got to get those Archeops in the discard pile first, as well as get a Lugia V-Star established on the board. So let's see what our player can do here. It looks like there is the Lugia V-Star in hand, so they have the evolution on board if they want it. Looks like they're going to commit to it. They're going to attach a Mist Energy to the active Squawkabilly, in order to retreat it to the bench, pushing up that Lugia V with the Gift Energy, benching a Mincino, and then Lugia uses Read the Wind, discard a card, and then draw 3 cards. Getting that Archeops in the discard pile. I wonder what the Archeops count is. Either way, play will resume on the right hand side here as they start things off with an Earthen Vessel. That item card has the player discard a card, discarding a Grass Energy, and searching their deck for up to 2 basic energy cards. Let's see what they can find here. Loving these old school energy here. A Fighting and a Lightning pulled out of the deck with that Earthen Vessel. Yep, and I think that's just our action there. Definitely no Bellowing Thunder used on that last turn with only 4 cards in the discard pile. Yep, we grab those 2 energy cards with that Earthen Vessel here. Now Radiant Greninja will discard a Lightning Energy with its ability to draw 2 more cards. Fighting Energy manually attached from hand to the bench Raging Bolt EX. I'm currently doing 210 damage with Bellowing Thunder. The opposing Lugia V in the active spot has 220 HP, so we have to discard the full 4 for 280 to get a KO if the player wants to do that this turn. They're going to bench another Raging Bolt EX and then play a POW pad to shuffle back into the deck from the discard pile a supporter card, a Professor Sada's Vitality. For a future turn, this is kind of making me think they don't have the KO here again. Yeah, just a Bellowing Thunder, actually, to discard the hand and draw 6 fresh new cards. Saying, I don't think you can knock me out next turn, Lugia, especially with only space for 1 Archeops on the bench, as there are the double Archeops in the discard pile. So our Raging Bolt player is actually being very patient, very conservative, and it is paying off for them here. Oh my gosh, as the Lugia player debates on using the Summoning Star ability for just the 1 Archeops to start playing Pokemon, but did this bench lock? Did they bench lock themselves out of the game as our Lugia player here? Because here, if the double Archeops could have been established, then a Cincino, yeah, the Cincino could definitely one-shot the opposing Raging Bolt. If they could find it all, of course. Looks like there is a research in hand also. We'll see what could have been here, as our Lugia player is trying to figure out the best way to navigate the rest of this turn. First is an Ultra Ball, discarding a couple cards in order to search the deck for a Pokemon. So yeah, that could have found the Cincino. But in the early turns, the double Lugia V had to be put down. So I don't fault the player for that. The Ursaluna didn't necessarily need to be put down there. But I understand wanting to preserve it if it was going to be discarded with the Squawkin' Seas. I can understand it, but this may be reason to hold off on it next time, as the Cincino is found off of this Ultra Ball out of the deck. We started the Squawkabilly as well, so it's not like we chose to put that in play necessarily. Cincino evolved on the bench here. Gift Energy attached to the bench Lugia V-Star, and then Professor's Research, discarding the hand, drawing 7 fresh new cards. Let's see what they can put together here. We definitely can bring back just a single Archeops, but Archeops truly shines when there's 2 of them in play. 4 special energy cards being accelerated per turn by double Primal Turbo, so just going to bide their time as Lugia as well, using a Read the Wind to discard another Archeops and draw 3 more cards. Play continues over on Raging Bolt's side on the right hand side with a Trekking Shoes. That item card has you draw the top card of your deck, and then you can either keep it or discard it and draw 1 more. The player chose to keep the card in this instance. Next, a Nest Ball is played to search the deck for a basic Pokemon to add to the bench. Probably a Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. Yep, that is found and put onto the bench there. Now we're going to start seeing the big one-shots happen, I think. As another Earthen Vessel is played, discarding a card to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy cards to add to the hand. Lightning is found here, as well as a Fighting, so we must have some grass energy in hand. Oh, or just another Earthen Vessel. Our player is going to consult their discard pile to make a wiser choice of a discard for this Earthen Vessel, as they discard a Fighting energy to search their deck for another 2 basic energy cards. Now we start to see the double grass here get added to the hand. These retro E-reader energy cards. Teomask Ogrepon uses its Teo Dance ability to accelerate a grass energy to itself and draw a card. Pokegear 3.0 is played next to look at the top 7 cards of the deck, and then put a supporter card you find there into your hand. And you know what supporter they're looking for in this Professor Sada's deck? Professor Sada's Vitality. Not Professor Sada's Vitality found off of that Pokegear 3.0. Instead of Boss's Orders will get added to the hand. So now I wonder if there is already a Professor Sada's Vitality in hand for our Raging Bolt player. Nope, just Boss's Orders bringing up that Lugia V-Star before it can use its V-Star power ability. 4 energy discarded from play here with this Bellowing Thunder means 70 times the amount of energy discarded. 4 energy discarded, 280 damage dealt to that 280 HP Lugia V-Star. Our Raging Bolt strikes first against the Lugia deck, taking the first 2 prize cards of the game, and more importantly, the only Lugia V-Star off the board. Lugia V takes its place in the active spot over on the left-hand side, and play resumes there. What a lesson in being patient and playing conservatively this round is, as our Lugia player discards Archeops and Nest Ball with an Ultra Ball in order to search the deck for a Pokemon card. They didn't like what they see because they just conceded on the spot there. So my guess is there may be 2 Lugia V-Star prized. There was 1 at least. Yeah, they're looking through the deck. They don't see it. I guess I could look through the deck with them. We got a little extra time here. Do we see a Lugia V-Star in deck? No, so the rest were in the prize cards there. No more Lugia V-Star means no V-Star power ability Summoning Star to bring back the Archeops and do the Lugia V-Star's deck's basic strategy. Meanwhile, this Raging Bolt deck looks like it can continue to flow on all cylinders. So our Lugia player sees the writing on the wall and concedes here. What a good way to start off our League Cup here with round 1. What'd you think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.